Last year, one of the deadliest battles of my life came. It came. January last year, sir. Our second twin, Daniel, the boy just began to have temperature. I prayed. I carry unusual healing grace. I prayed. I did everything. It was going from frying pan to fire. Before I knew it, I said, okay, come and do test for him. They said it's malaria plus. So I said, okay, treat it. It was treated. It increased. So what's happening? I was on the altar like this preaching when they told me that they need to rush him to the hospital. They rushed him to the hospital. They said his appendix ruptured and that they need to rush him to the theater. I gave the go-ahead. All hell after surgery broke loose. His eyes turned yellow. He began to pull blood. The wound refused to heal. His stomach began to bulge out like somebody that is pregnant. I was still in church, still in ministry, preaching, doing healing, and death was knocking at my door. Sir, in the day of battle, you need a father. I called Bishop David Oyedepo. I said, Daddy, there is a challenge. Before I knew it, they called me. It's on oxygen. Life was going out of him. Bishop Oyedepo said, my grandson is having a challenge. I said, yes, sir. He said, what is his name? I said, Daniel. He said, that is fine. Daniel is in the lion's den. The lion can't hit him. Even me, the father, I didn't remember that scripture. I was quoting by his stripes, you are healed. Those are the things I was quoting. Those are old men with rod in their hand. Why are you struggling like this in ministry? Who is speaking over the work? Who is the oracle? Who is proclaiming over the work? I called Pastor Matthew Ashimolowo. His own is the worst. He said, Pastor K, you can't bury my grandchild. I said, yes, sir. I just called you to know that he's on oxygen. That's why I called. He said, Labrakoshis lebrakata. Pastor Korede, I said, sir, don't pray about him. Don't do anything about him. Go and be doing ministry and be enjoying your life. As I open my mouth to pray now, God just showed me his wedding date. You are there? I said, sir, I'm not saying you didn't see his wedding day. I'm saying it's on oxygen. That's the reason I called. Sometimes your faith can fail. Sometimes your faith can fail. You need an authority. You need an authority. You need an authority. You need an authority. Listen. Then I called Pastor David Ibiome. I was even with him in Port Harcourt. Boy, 16 years old. I took 16 million naira. I stood before Pastor Ibiome. I said 1 million redemption per year. I saw it. He took it and returned it back. He said, go and sow it somewhere so that it will multiply. He said, yesterday I was praying for him. I sowed a seed of 5 million for Daniel. He said, we won't bury Daniel. I said, they told me now that it's on oxygen. Pastor Ibiome called Lagos, dropped 39 million naira and said they should use air ambulance to pick him right now to the best hospital in Lagos. That we need to fight. If you have God, you have mentors, you have money, you have everything. It's complete package. As Pastor Ibiome called all the prayer warriors in salvation and told them to stop all prayers. He collected the picture of my son. You need people to back you. And gave it to all the prayer warriors. That if Komaya's child die, I will have sorrow. It will pain me too. They stopped all prayers in Salvation Ministry Port Harcourt headquarters. They took his picture and warfare started. As the air ambulance took my son, it was between heaven and earth. They were to give him an injection in the hospital in Warri so that he won't die between taking him from Warri to Lagos. Somehow, as they were about to enter the plane with Dr. B, Pastor Emi's wife, they forgot to give him the injection. As they forgot to give him, and they were trying to remember, the hospital in Warri called. The injection we gave you, hope you have not given him. We just realized we gave you a wrong one. If you give him, sir, you need covering. All these errors, all this one, all this thing, it's because there is no enough covering. Satan came to pick that boy. Immediately they landed in Lagos. Bishop Oyedepo sent David Oyedepo Jr. with a special mantle. And then the third day, Mommy Oyedepo was there and said, you are my grandchild. I have a covenant with God, I can't bury you. Consultant upon consultant surrounded my son. And then kidney has packed up, spleen has packed up. There is a growth within 7 days that is now said they took the sample for that is cancerous. They said there is water in his heart, it has enlarged. So within 7 days, sir. And within 3 days, doctors will call us again. We don't understand what is happening. The water in the heart has vanished. His heart is working properly. We don't know what is happening. The kidney is back to life. The kidney is working perfectly. We don't know what is happening. All the growth in the stomach has finally vanished. Exactly 7 days, the dead child was out of the hospital. Doshes Hospital begged us to do a video as testimony. Who told you you don't need covering? One word from a father is better than your 21 days fasting, sir. One advice from a mentor. They have experience.